Hey, hey, kiddos. Tanglewood Sue here. I didn't go on earlier today. I'm really sorry about that. I try to honor my commitments. By the time I looked up from the chaos that I was under, uh, arguing with not one, but two landlords, actually only arguing with one. The other is totally understanding. And fighting with MDAT.gov, Maryland, and all the other things that we're all having to do with today. Monday morning is when I just try to eat the frog. I just try to get in there and go after all the things I need to go after and tie up all the loose ends and write the emails that I've been dreading writing. And I did it. I got up, I did that, and then I looked up and it was like 2:30. I was like, well, that's just dumb. I'm not going to go live at 2:30 when I'm going back on. I'm checking here to make sure we're on there when I'm going back on at 5. So, and trust me, you guys, you didn't want to be a part of what I was going through this morning. Some people just get it. Some people just totally get everything that's going on and they're just so reasonable. And it's just like, you don't have to explain because you're just all in the same conversation. And then sometimes you're shocked when you're like, how are we not having the same conversation? Y'all know what I mean. It's like going home for Thanksgiving. When you're with the people you love, but you don't share the same views. Yes. If you are on here, please say hello. Please say hi to me. Let me know that you're there. We're also looking at the back of Sadie's head. She's finishing up her homework. And then maybe she'll read comments. I think she has a lot to do today. She probably can't do that. Tammy, Kelly, Betty, do me a favor, you guys. I'm going to do a test because I'm trying to figure out how to fix the audio and if I should get my lavalier in here because there's not a rug. And so I know it's echoey. And I'm trying to figure out on the playback where the audio is better. So A or B. A is I'm talking really close to the phone microphone. Okay? This is close to the phone microphone. This is option B. Option B is I'm talking much closer to the laptop built-in microphone. I'm trying to figure out which one is better. I will look for your comments. All right, you guys. Hello, hello. You got a puppy? How awesome is that? What a great time to get a puppy. I mean, it really is a good time. And is it flashing on your screen? Can y'all let me know that too? So I feel like I've got this weird flash going on. It's like my computer has hot flashes happening. I'll check your comments and see. B, all right, Betty. So it's better when I'm closer to my laptop. That's very interesting. Okay, and are you guys seeing it flash? I don't know why it's doing that. I keep trying to find a good way for us to go live with each other, and I just want to make sure that the audio is good and the video is good as well. So I'll hold it kind of close to me so you guys can hear me well. All right, so I have this piece that I need to paint pour. You guys were with me. We did the tests with Brian a couple weeks ago on the tiles. So I was like, all right, I figured out what I needed to know. I'm going to pour this table. And I got to tell you, I am procrastinating. Do y'all ever do this? You have like this project and you really want to do it, but you just don't do it. Why aren't you doing it? Because some part of you is kind of scared to do it. Am I right? Is some part of you? Okay, good. No flashing. No flashing, Betty? No flashing? That's how I get my husband to do the chores around the house. Good. It's just on my end then. So I've realized I've been procrastinating. So we're going to do another test today. I hope you guys aren't bored with paint pouring. I really hope not. But I decided, so I went around the house and I decided to try to find a piece to paint pour that was of similar size, perhaps, to what, sorry Sandy, I don't mean to be following you, to the piece that I have to do. And this is about the same size. This is a piece that a consignor did for us years ago. It kind of got damaged along the way. It's got these cool wood legs, very modern mid-century, but the top is just MDF with fake paneling. So I thought we could do this. But it is cold today. It is cold and it is drizzly and it is depressing outside. Like, I don't understand how May is around the corner because I am not feeling it at all. It is just cold. So I thought what we would do today, I know that's going to be annoying. I don't know where to put it that you can hear me. I think what I'm going to do is get my lavalier mic. I have it over at the studio, and that way I can wear that. I want to do another test. I think that's what I want to do. And so I looked around the house, and I have this chair, and it's all the veneer is kind of puckering up here. And I thought, well, what if we just poured the whole thing? We just poured the whole thing. And so in order to do that, I would probably go pour, and then pour here. But I just feel like I want to pour on a big surface first. That's what I want to practice with this piece. I've done pours on tiles. I've done pours on paper. I've done pours on, actually I haven't done pours on a lot of pumpkins. I've done pours on pumpkins. Stars. But I haven't done a larger surface to really see how much I would need to disperse the paints, okay? So let me see any comments you guys have here. Yeah, right. You can hear okay either way. Okay, thank you, sweetie. Sometimes I procrastinate because I have this dream in my head of what it's going to be, and I don't want to find out. Let me see if I can put it. I don't want to find out that that won't be the reality. Like you just know what it's going to be. But as soon as you start, you're no longer in your dream state, you're in reality state. And reality is not matching with dream state. Y'all get me? 100% of the time, I end up being happy in the end. But it gets ugly. It often gets very ugly. It often goes from dream state to reality to hell, to the depths of hell, to crying, to what the hell did I do, to, oh my goodness, I learned something new. Wait a minute, that's even better. Hold up, right? But it's a journey, and sometimes it's just more fun to live in the what if. I have a funny story about that I'm going to tell you, but I'm gonna do while I talk. I might use this for one of my videos too. What I want to do, we're going to keep using the Miss Lillian's paint. What we did realize with the paint pour that was super important was that it is the same viscosity, the same liquidity, the same runniness, okay? And I just spilled it on the table. I was just about to show you. Here, I'll tilt down so you can see. Oh, goodness me, Sue. I just spilled it. Look at that. Look at that. So here's what we're going to do. What I was telling you, people, is that, let me see if I can get this up. Yeah, I can get this up. Is that I let these breathe. Like, they were too runny before. So what I did is I just let them sit out without their tops on for like, what, 2 weeks? And I didn't spill them. And then the day I do the video, I frickin' spill them. Yeah, here we are. Oh, goodness gracious, that's annoying. Anyway, look, I got it. I got this. And do you notice how I spilled it right on, like I put this plastic bag down. I put it down, and then what did I do? Spilled it right on my tarp. That's pretty funny. All right, anyway, what I was saying is they need to be, let me get that up so I don't I'm going to be like a puppy. I'm just going to walk into it, and then I'll spread it around. Anyway, now at least I know what that viscosity was, okay? We are going to make a mess today. I just didn't anticipate we'd make a mess quite so fast. So here's the color. All right, so we're going to be using 99.9% Miss Lillian's today. The reason we are using Miss Lillian's paint is because it does not require a top coat. Even though I'm going to put one on, I don't want it to be really chalky. I want it to have rich colors. See, that one's a little bit thick. I wanted to have rich colors but I don't want it to be latex. I still want it to be chalk paint. So this is a good in-between paint to do that with. This, if you guys did not see me last time, and welcome new viewers, welcome. I've noticed a lot of new faces and names. It makes me so happy. Obviously, my people are sharing with you and deciding that that you could benefit from a dose of that crazy girl who comes on at 5 every day. And I'm so happy to have you here. Definitely introduce yourself, say hello, tell me where you're coming from. If I don't read the comments right now, I usually try to go back during cocktail time and read comments and answer you if there are questions. All right, so I'm just going to put a tiny bit in. What is this? This is just Floetrol and water. That's it. I'm not putting any silicone in here at all today. Hi, Diana. What did Nick say? I got yellow, Nick. Let me introduce the cast of characters. For those of you who are new, there's so many of them. I'll try to get to all of them as we go through. But Nick is my neighbor. Nick is Front Porch Nick because Nick reached out to me and offered to help build me a front porch. And he did, and therefore he is Front Porch Nick. We also have Betty on here. Everybody say hello to Betty. Betty is an amazing supporter of so many DIY artists. She's awesome. She shares all of our posts. She gets on here. She has great input. I got a bunch of folks on here who used to be in my craft club. I no longer have the craft club, but you are all basically in my craft club now. Chris is on here and a bunch of other people. Let's see. Who are my people? Susie's on here. Susie's been buying paint, doing fun stuff. I got a great team. Hey, you guys, I have an idea. I had an idea, too. Did I just get paint on my face? All right, so now that's about the same, for lack of a better term, sloshiness. When we did this the first time, they were too liquid, and they didn't hold their shape. The colors mixed instead of staying separate, and so I want to try this again. All right, Front Porch Nick, here's your yellow. Here's your yellow, darling. It got a little bit thick, so I'm putting in just a tiny bit more because I let it evaporate. So if you ever put too much water in something, let it sit out for a few days. The water will evaporate, and it'll go back to its regular thickness. All right, I had these covered. I mean, I did have them covered, but just very lightly with that's really thick. You know why? Because here's the thing about yellow. Y'all know me in yellow. Sometimes yellow and I have a fight. But it's because yellow doesn't always have strength of character. Honestly, isn't yellow the color for cowards? Honestly. So yellow requires multiple coats, and it often requires extra pigment to even show up. And not just because it's a pastel. It's just, I don't know. So this yellow is really thick. It has a lot of character. And so I'm digging it, but I need to water it out. So we're going to do the yellow. We're doing purple metallic. We're doing heartthrob red. You can get any of these colors. What I'm doing for Miss Lillian's right now, you guys, is there's a 20% off sale. Let me just be honest with you. Don't order straight from me. Use my affiliate link. I'm going to put it in the comments here at the top. Use my affiliate link. Have it delivered straight to you and get the 20% discount. I can't give you a 20% discount. I can't order the paint, pay for it, pay for shipping, pack it up, and send it to you and give you a 20% discount. Use the affiliate link. Not right now. You'll get it straight to you. A lot of you guys are doing that, and I'm fine with it because she has a really great affiliate program. All I have to do is show you guys what I'm doing and make you happy, and then I am totally down with you guys using this link, and that way you can get any of her hundreds of colors, any of the metallics, any of the paints, any of the waxes, even the patinas. I mean, go crazy, okay? All right, so I'm going to do the lime green in here too. This is straight up paint. So I'm going to add a little bit of this, and I just want to make sure that I'm not going to, I don't know what is up with this thing. Let me check your comments here, kiddos. Sunny and bright. It is sunny and bright. It is sunny and bright. I mean, I like the color. I do like the color of yellow. I just don't like that I can't always get it to behave. All right, what's going on? It did it last time. Oh, I bet you because I don't have that in all the way. There we go. There I go. Blaming an inanimate object. How many inanimate objects are we all blaming these days? Right? Okay, there we go. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Yes, Betty. That is a bright green. Here's what I find with paint pours in general. You need to have a differentiation in color. I really feel like you do. You need to have it separate enough. Like when I did this before, I'll show you guys how they turned out. They if you have blue and then an aqua, and then I'll show you. So
you appreciate the popcorn?
I did appreciate the popcorn. You're not free to read comments, are you? Okay. Do you guys see how this one turned out? I love this because you really see the depth of all the color changes. I like this one too. It is nice, but it's mushy. It's subtle. But my client doesn't want subtle. So if I do this pour and it turns out subtle, she's not going to be happy. So this chair is my dining room chair. It needs painting anyway. So here's another one. This one turned out subtle. Day, would you mind just reading for 10 minutes while I pour? Dalen? Put his headphones in so he wouldn't have to hear me. Day? That one turned out great. Hey, Dalen Hart. Would you consider reading comments for me for 10 minutes? Oh, jeez.
Like, is it necessary?
It's very helpful. It makes your mommy happy.
I'm not wearing any pants.
You don't need to have pants on to read comments. Just sit here, just bring that chair around and read these comments for me for just a minute. Okay. You're
I'm in the frame.
You're not in the frame. How are you in the frame? Right here at the bottom. How are you in the frame?
I'm in the frame. I can see my legs. And I can't read them from this distance. Actually, I can.
You can? Okay.
Barefoot girl don't need no shoes.
Barefoot girl don't need no shoes. Okay. I'll you guys over. So I'm going to wipe this off. Thank you, Dalen. So we have a rule in our house. If you eat the last bite of popcorn, there must always be popcorn in the popcorn kettle. Okay? It's a special kettle. I inherited it from my mom. It's the kettle she made the popcorn in. Okay? There's a special way to make the popcorn, and there must always be popcorn in the house at all times. So the rule is that my children have not been abiding by is if you take that last, and I don't mean kernel. I don't mean you took the last kernel. If you took the last bowl out of the big bowl, you better frickin' make some popcorn. And I went down there today, and every time, and I love stale popcorn, so I like to make it and then enjoy it the next day. And every single time I go in, it's empty. And I went in today. Here, we are using a little bit of Amethyst today by Dixie Belle. Just because I have it and I like it. It's just, hers is really chalky, but we're going to make it work.
Nice knees, buddy. Woohoo, look at those legs.
Woo! You got some skinny legs, boy. Anyway, I went in this morning and I had a heart attack. There was popcorn in the bowl. And your sister gave you full credit, Dalen. She did. She said Dalen did it. Oh my God, the sun's coming out. Oh, you know, it's hard enough being depressed when the weather is not your friend. When the weather is not helping. It's just adding to the depression. It's like we're in Maine. They probably have summer right now. We're just in the cold. All right, I think we're about there, kids. We've got a long lead up because once we do it, we're kind of done.
Did you sand off the finish first?
Did I send off the what?
Sand off the finish first.
Nope, not sanding. Oh, you know what I do want to do though? I want to put a base layer down, and it is going to sink in. So this is going to be tricky, but there's not anything we can really do about it because it's going to sink toward the center. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to do this pour, okay? And then we're going to have to, I'm not sure what we're going to have to do. We're going to have to keep kind of tilting it over and tilting it. I'm really not sure. But what I do want to do, I'm not worried about it floating over the sides. I'm not worried about it making a mess.
Did you color his hair yet?
No, but I did go through my hair colors today, Dalen, and I'm thinking tomorrow, if you want, I found hot pink and purple. What do you think? You down?
Maybe just the latter.
Well, you can't just have all my purple because I don't have much of it.
I don't want a hot pink.
Oh, come on. You're man enough for hot pink hair.
It's not about manly or not. It's that I don't like the color pink.
Oh, it's more like a raspberry.
I just, I like dark purple.
All right, well, this is not dark purple, so we're going to have to order a different color anyway for you. Because this is not, sorry guys, I keep moving this because I want to make sure you can see. It's not dark purple. So that's not going to work anyway.
Yeah,
it's like,
Betty agrees with me, purple.
So you want to look just like your mother? Because I'm redoing my hair purple. Are you down with that?
Sure.
All right, let's do this. Let's pour some in here.
You can't own a color.
Youth. All right, I'm going to put some in and make sure. I'm going to use kind of a big cup. Put a fair amount in there. I'm going to go pretty a lot. There's something for you. All right. Do you see how when I'm pouring this out, it shows up in the cup? I'm not even seeing what I'm doing really.
I have a meeting to get to.
Okay, sweetie.
Love you.
I love you too. I can see it showing up, which means that my viscosities are pretty good. They're not perfect. But they're not completely sinking to the bottom, which was what was happening last time. Oh my goodness, that's what happens when I'm trying to do it on camera. Okay. Oh, I forgot. And we're going to let that kind of sit there. My guess is that we will need to make this work, I will need to kind of zigzag this over and move it around, and I'll probably have to keep adding to it. This is what I really wanted to be the practice. I'm putting in some metallic red. This is the part that I wanted to practice because I was afraid that this part wouldn't work. The putting some on and then wanting to add to it. Yeah, I think would match those knees. Yes. Oh my goodness. All right. What, Kelly? What do you mean? Too bad I can't paint it. What do you want me to paint, darling? Oh yeah, that's good. Slightly runny. And I'm going to put in a little bit. This aqua, not much. I didn't love the way this aqua worked before. That's a lot of paint. That should be enough. And I'm not going to do a flip cup on here. I'm going to do a ribbon pour. And I think that's going to give me a little bit more control. Now I am going to go ahead and put on whatever I have the most of. I have the most of the purple. So I am going to go ahead and pour on the purple and spread it around to be kind of my, my slip coat, okay? All right, my reader has left. Oh, his hair. Oh, yes. All right, all right. A smart person, a smart woman would have done this, in her yard. But it's okay. Oh, I am gonna put on gloves. Even though it's a little bit of a moot point right now. Here, I'm reusing my gloves just so I can have some semblance of sanity. Yeah, I'll order in some purple. I'll order in some. I have a raspberry and I have a purple. All right, so what I want to do with this, you guys, let's just test. Ready? We're going to test with this purple, and we're going to get it all over there. All right. Literally, I'm going to, that's kind of the blue. All right, I'm just going to mush this around. That's just going to be easier. What I want to do is to make this slip, and I don't care if it runs over the side. I want it to run over the side. Now, what I don't know is how I'm going to deal with these edges. But see, the coffee table isn't going to be perfectly flat either. That's why I want to see what happens when I kind of have to deal with this here. Because I'm going to have to push around, and I've got my, I've got a hair plugged in case I need to use that to blow it where I need it to blow. Okay. I'm going to kind of go over the side. This is fun. You guys, I highly recommend this. And if this works, we can also, you know what we could do? You know what we could do, you guys? This would be fun. What if, all right, I've got it all in the nooks and crannies now. Let me keep getting it there. And I kind of want to see how much it pools in the center. I just keep wetting, cleaning out my brush in case you guys were wondering. So I'm just going to kind of get in those nooks and crannies. Now, what we could do, I have some excess here. I'm just going to take that excess and go up the thing here. Do they make brushes that are like this, you guys? Because I want a brush that's actually like a glove. Wouldn't that be cool? All right, so now I've got this all over the side. Got it on here. I want this to start drying, so we better start pouring. Got it all on the back. If you're wondering why I'm taking off the excess, it's because I don't want so much puddled here. I want enough to let the paint slip around, but I don't want so much that it falls everywhere. Okay, y'all ready? The paint mix, yeah. Do they? That exists, right? I've never tried one. All right, I'm gonna start from here. I'm gonna zigzag back. Oh, I didn't put the metallic in. And then and we'll just see what happens. I have no idea. No idea. I know it's going to be crazy hecka messy. That's all I know. You guys see okay? Yeah, okay. Doing it this way so that I can really make sure that I can get everything spread as much as possible. Now I can already see here, there's one color in this mix, and I got to figure out which color it is that does not want to play nice. All right. Okay. I'm just going to kind of keep twirling it and try not to go over the edge completely yet. And just stretch it. So it's stretching pretty well. My yellow is like gone. Like it just evaporated. So odd. I'm going to stretch back. Let's go. Let's stretch this way. Hopefully you guys can see it. I know it's a little tricky, but let's see if we can break the surface tension a little. Sometimes you just got to help it. I'm glad I put that teal in at the last minute. I actually have very little that's completely coming off, you guys. I mean, that's kind of impressive. I'm sorry, there's absolutely no way I can answer any any comments right now. I'm just pulling the surface tension between the spindles. All right, let's see how we're doing. So, I want to move that over. Here's what I'm going to try to do. I'm going to try. I don't know if I'm going to succeed. I'm going to plug in my hairdryer. I'm going to try to push that. I don't have a diffuser on my hairdryer, so it may or may not work. No, I need a stronger hairdryer. That won't do it. I tried. Okay, now what I could do is just blow it. Where did I put all of my straws? They're all missing. Oh, that's all right. No, I can't get close enough. Ah, I can kind of see it. All right, let me see if I can find a straw somewhere. I must have one. I must have one lousy straw somewhere. Oh, maybe in my craft kit. I'll steal from my craft kit. If I haven't already stolen from it. Ta-da! I had a craft kit here. Let's look and see. Ready? Yeah, that'll do it. All right, I have to climb up here. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. Yeah. So what I'm trying to do is blow these areas over a little bit. And then you can kind of stretch them. Okay. All right, let's stretch. I'm going to kind of go this corner down. Now, it's starting to thicken, so it's going to take a little longer to stretch. But just be patient. It'll move. It will move. All these cool little things are happening here. Just don't rush it too much. I also want to make sure I get all this paint kind of out of the center, because we know it's going to pool in there. There's nothing we can really do about it. Now, I didn't actually need to pour any more than I had in that cup, you guys. But Nick, I'm so sorry. Look at that yellow. It was just like, the yellow must have been too thick. So I'm just really studying this. Like, what do I really have to make sure I do right when I do this piece? And that's going to be working quickly. Okay? Because that's part of this. If you take too long, you're not going to get any stretch at all. And just making sure, I think what really worked in this was the teal, the purple, and the reds. But you can see at the very bottom, this was the tip. So that was like the first pour, and this was the tip. You can see that's some cool colors happening right there. Okay, so now it's just going to drip over the edge, and I'm okay with that. I actually want to make sure it's dripping. I'm going to walk around the piece and make sure there's nowhere that it's raw wood. I like the drip effects, actually. Okay, we got raw wood back here. So what I'm going to do is take my brush. I'm going to go into this. It's kind of still, for lack of a better term, virginous, in that it hasn't already mixed up so much. So if I really light and I just apply it on there, it won't become mud. It will stay kind of swirly colors. You'll reach a point where it will no longer be swirly and pretty. It'll just be mud. Especially if you're doing what I'm doing here and you're not working with acrylics. I'm specifically doing this with chalk paint. For cost, as well as, I mean, acrylics add up, you guys. They do. And these were chalk paints, but I had diluted them a fair amount. All right, that's getting muddy there. I don't want that to keep getting muddy. That is so pretty right there. I wish I could get that to stretch over the side. Now, while it's here, what I am going to do, Chris, yes, I agree. I agree. But my straw is too short, you guys. I'll do the other chair. We'll do the other chair tomorrow or something, and I'll put more yellow in it, and I'll make sure I have straws. I actually really like the way this turned out. I'll show you. Please don't let me drop this. So you can see, and it'll keep coming up. It'll keep coming up. I mean, I would like it to have had more yellow, but I'm not devastated because at least I have some really distinct colors going on here. I'm a little worried about doing the straw, and this is why. When I did the straw over here, it really just uncovered more of the purple instead of adding the yellow. So I think I'm going to keep using this as a test. But I think the yellow was just too thick. It's too thick. Look at this though. Pretty cool, huh? And I want to do the whole chair. I think if we get this dry and we seal it, what I'm thinking, all right, riddle me this, you guys. While that's still going, what we could do is just test. I want to see if this is pulling in the center. It's really not. It's, I thought it would. So that is really great news, you guys. It's not pulling all the way in. Like I can see it's not moving. It's just, it stays. And that's the other thing with using these chalk paints instead of acrylics. If I'd done acrylics, I think we would have already, it would still be moving. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm taking what's left in here. We're going to do a leg. We're just going to see. All right, so I'm taking what's left. I'm going to go down there. And this is our slip coat, like anything else. Just get the paint to like move across this easily. This is fun. I wish y'all were here. I mean, you're here, but you know what I mean. Okay, let's try this. Let me read your comments real quick while I pour this. No, the torch will not. Yes, I will. I'm going to apply a little bit more water to the yellow. Not water, a little bit more of our mixture. Just a little bit, which is water and Floetrol. Okay, you guys? Let's try that. The torch wouldn't have done anything because there's no silicone in this. The torch bubbles up the silicone, and that wouldn't have helped. It wouldn't have helped. So what you do need to realize is that what goes in last shows up the most. Okay? Because it doesn't have time to sit at the bottom. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to do this leg just for fun with what we have. So I'm going to put in that purple. I'm going to put in some green, red, some of our teal, ocean green, some of our yellow. I think I may have not stirred that enough of it. It's watery. You don't go from too thick to too watery all of a sudden. If it's too thick, it won't spread. If it's too watery, it gets eaten up. Basically, that's what happens. Dang, I'm afraid I watered it down too much. Well, let's see what happens. Okay? Y'all see what I'm doing here? I'm going to try to tilt back enough to pour. Oh goodness, I don't know if I can get up there enough. I do need two people here. Let's see if I got this. I don't think I can get all the way up. There's your yellow. Okay, I'm hitting it with my hand. I'm not pushing it. I'm just hitting it to break the surface tension. So it'll go up the side here. There we go. Let's see if we can get it to just flow down. This is my cup's too big. That's part of the problem. It's kind of cool the way it's just different everywhere. It really is. The brush, try not to use a brush if you can, but just use your hand. Don't let your husband in the room. You do this. In case he has a heart attack. Alright, so I'm going to go back here where I've got stuff poured, and I'm just putting it on there really lightly so it doesn't get muddy. It's still getting a little bit muddy, but I'm still pretty happy with how it's turned out. I'm not spreading it. I'm literally putting my hand and just slapping it on there, and it's working. The worst case is if it gets a little muddy, you can pour another color over it directly. That's separating out really nice. Really is. I don't know how to get this I'm going to have to tilt the whole thing back to get that. I just can't get it with just me here. But I got that. All right. Ta-da. Ooh, more colors are coming up too. All right, let me give you guys a close-up so you can kind of see what's happening. Just turn off the light. Sorry. All right, they're still saying separate. Sorry, you're not even there. You're like, where are we, Sue? Okay, yeah, they're done. So what I would do now, I don't think I need to even. If you were worried, you see how I'm getting these little pockets as they dry? It's selling in a way on its own. It really is. So turkey baster or syringe? No, I have a turkey baster. It doesn't get enough. Oh, do you mean to pour it into, to pour it out? That could be cool. I have, the thing is, guys, if you put it in a, let me make sure, because I haven't been looking at your comments directly. But the thing is, and I've tried a lot of this. To get the air blowing, I've seen people, and I am not paying freaking $400 for, God forsake, Dyson. Let me tell you. Let me tell you. But what I have seen is that people use the Dyson with the blower attachment, and they can really really dig in and get those crazy colors. If any of you have a resource online to at least get a regular blow dryer with a better attachment that can really blow the air. If I were at the studio, I might have used my air compressor, but that would have been really too noisy for you guys here live. But that would have probably done the trick as far as being a little bit more blowing it around. The syringes and stuff, the problem with that is you don't want to confine, I'm going to put a little bit more red on the leg. You don't want to confine you don't want to mix your colors too much when you're doing it with chalk paint. I'm doing a crazy contortion here. Try to get that on there. Because they want to become mud faster than you're going to want them to. Okay? And so for that reason, you really kind of need to keep them separate in a kind of a loose, almost like a really loose configuration. That's why the cup is best. And you notice I was kind of just pouring directly on. I wasn't even really trying to mix it up in my cup. Because if you do, I was just like, get it in, get it in, get it in, put it on. It is different than doing an acrylic paint pour when you're doing it with the chalk paints. It's still very rewarding and you still get a lot of cool effects. But I am learning that you want to do that. So I'll go back and read your comments more and see if that's what you were talking about with the syringe. But in general, the cup seems to work. I've tried a turkey baster. I tried getting really, I'm just taking this excess here, putting it on the top, seeing if that'll look pretty. I've even tried, I got the bubble tea straws, thinking that would blow more air. And that does not blow more air. It disperses it because it's a bigger opening. But what would have helped if I had a longer, what's that thing called? Straw here. That would have helped. The problem was my straw was so short, I couldn't reach the areas that I needed to reach. And in general, what I'm excited about, you guys, is that I have very little waste today. So that's encouraging. I hate seeing paint pours that have a tremendous amount of just total waste. I hate that. I don't like wasting. I don't like wasting. But it's working. It's working. I'm gonna put that on there. All right, you guys, let me know. Let me go back and see if there's any questions I can answer real quick. Glitter. Oh, that would have been fun. Sorry, girl, I just saw that. I think we are about there. All right, I will go through and look. I'm going to keep an eye on this, and I'm going to kind of just try to stop the drips from completely overtaking the piece. I don't want it to dry with these drips. And then as it dries, it will most likely get a bit dull. I know, like me. If I'm too dry, I'm going to get dull. It'll dull up a little bit. Once we put the top coat on it, it'll be awesome. So let me take you on one more quick little tour. And then it's cocktail time. It's cocktail time. Hold on, who's calling me? All right, you guys there? Okay, sorry. Forgot to turn off. All right, do you see more yellows coming out as it just sits here? And see all the little pockets? Those will flatten out. I really like that red against there. And then the leg coming down. So all I did was take some from the bottom here and I just kind of scooped it up, made it a little more interesting, and then did the spindles. And they're keeping their color. In a couple places it looks a little brown, and that's where they've mixed together, like there. But in general, not as much. I've got a couple places that need coverage. All right, thanks for coming with me today, you guys, on another crazy paint pour adventure. I'm Tanglewood Sue. I will put an affiliate link here for any of you guys who want to try this. Remember, it's just mixing about, I would say, 2/3 Miss Lillian's paint with maybe 1/3 mixture that is half and half Floetrol and water. Okay, Floetrol water mixture, 1/3, 2/3 paint. Test it first. You want it to be like pancake batter, not crepe batter. Okay, more like pancake batter. You want it thick, you want it to swirl, but you want it to spread. Do some tests, try it out like I did first. I would say I'm enjoying just going incrementally up, like we did a tile. Okay, we learned a few things. We're doing a chair. Okay, we're learning a few things. And now I feel like maybe I'm ready to do the table. We'll see. I am going to make a YouTube video on that because I really want to show some good angles here, but I wanted to do this live with my people today. So thank you so much for, again, letting your friends know about me. Tanglewood Sue, and I'll see you guys tomorrow, okay? Have a good one. Bye. I never know how to turn this thing off now. Where's end? End. End. Yes.